Hi, my name is Savannah Keene, and I will be talking about the Tethys Platform. The Tethys Platform was created by Nathan Swain while he was a PhD student at BYU. The platform was inspired by his web development class that he took during that time. Here is a screenshot of a Tethys portal that was developed at BYU in the Civil Engineering Department in the Hydroinformatics Lab. Many students, mainly PhD and graduate students, have developed these apps. They use different data that's from the EPA and National Water Model and ECMWF, and then it integrates into the app. Here you can see there are multiple apps inside this portal that the user can go in and use each one. There are many great features of Tethys. The ones that I will be talking further into in this video are about the software suite, the Python software development, and the templating and gizmo. Here is a schematic of the Tethys software suite. The Tethys platform provides a suite of free and open source software. Included in this software suite is Postgres, SQL, and PostGIS extension for spatial database storage, GeoServer for spatial data publishing, and 52 North WPS for geoprocessing. Tethys also provides gizmos for inserting open layers in Google Maps for interactive spatial data visualizations in your web apps. The software suite also includes HTC Condor for managing distributed computing resources and scheduling computed jobs. Tethys web apps are developed with the Python programming language in a software development kit. Tethys web apps projects are organized using a model view controller approach. In addition, you can use all of your Python modules that you are accustomed to using in your scientific Python scripts to power your web apps. Tethys uses the Django template system so you can build dynamic pages for your web app so you can cut back on HTML. The Django Python web framework gives it a solid web foundation with excellent security and performance. It also provides modular user interface elements called gizmos so you can easily add buttons, sliders, and maps. You can read more about the Tethys framework at docs.tethysplatform.org, which is the content of this video that was based on. Now I will go into a Ubuntu instance with Tethys set up so I can show you the start from the terminal, how to scaffold an app, and then how to do basic gizmo inserts. So here I'm using a VirtualBox and I have an instance of Ubuntu set up, and this is where I run my Tethys apps in. And so here I'm going to just start up and activate the Tethys virtual environment. So usually you would step into your Tethys folder, but I have a shortcut set up of just .t, and then it steps me into the Tethys folder. And then I go into Tethys Docker Start, and then it will start those that software that I spoke about earlier. So I have PostGIS, GeoServer 52 North starting, and then I go Tethys Manage Start. And then this will start the environment for me. So here inside the Tethys folder, I'm just going to create a new folder, and then we're going to scaffold a new app. So I'll go mkdir. Okay, so that file already exists, so I'll create a different one. And then I'll just step into that one. And now inside of that, then we can run Tethys scaffold. Oops. And then name the app. So I'll just call it test app. And then it will just go through and ask you basic information about the app. And you just fill it in inside the terminal, and then it will accept your new app. So since Tethys Dev was already created, the app created itself inside Tethys Dev. So you can see Tethys app dash test underscore app. So now we can go, and what I've done is I've stepped into, not that line, but the one below, the Tethys Dev, Tethys app, test app. So that just changed my working directory inside the app. And now I'm going to run python setup.py develop. And so that finished. And so now I should have a functioning app, so we can go and view it. And so we do Tethys docker start. And so since I already showed in the beginning and I started that, you can see that it's already running on all of those. And then you do Tethys manage start. And so again, I already ran that, so it's saying that the port is already in use. So since the Tethys manage start had already been ran, I was already using that portal. So I just Control C to quit the server, and then I reran it inside this one. Now you can do Control and click on the link, or you can type it into a web browser. Tethys, side note, runs best on Google Chrome because it will clear the cache. So I can cancel out of that. So inside here, it just takes me to the Tethys portal. This is locally hosted. So when I go in and click on apps, it has in here all of the apps created inside my Tethys dev on my Ubuntu. So here you can see all the apps. Here is the test app that we just scaffold. So when you go in here, this is what the app will look like when you scaffold it. So you can see it has different pages. Right now we're on the home page. You can go into a jobs page and a results page. And so since this instance came from an image that is used, it doesn't, for tutorials, it doesn't have all of the links set up here, and it lets you do that as part of the tutorial. So we'll go through a couple different things and look inside the programming to see how we can easily change different parts of this application. So here I'm just in PyCharm and I'm looking at the app that we just created. So you can see that it sets up different folders when you scaffold the app, and it gives you different start pages. So here I have base HTML, and you can see that the HTML is very minimal. It still gives you a great product to start with inside the app. And then, so here's home HTML. And then I want to point out that Tethys uses block scoping. So here you can see block app content and end block, and everything inside of that is just going to give you this middle piece right here. And you can use or not use any of the blocks that it has available for you to use. And in base HTML, you can see here are the app navigation items. So it gives you all the different navigation pages. And this is set up to where when you click on jobs, the app content block in the middle will change based on the page that you choose. So I want to just take a look into another one of the apps that I've helped create. This is just a simple setup app that we use to show for another tutorial. So I'll go into my first app. And so in here you can see that they're in the navigation tab, there are the same different menu items. So I can click on map, and then like I was saying, it changes this app block content, but you can still see your navigation items on the side. So here we have input a map into it, and this is powered by Esri. And so you can see it just functions like a normal map like you would see on Google Maps. And you can zoom in and do different things with it. So I want to show you in PyCharm. So in the map.html, there's just a few lines of codes you input in the map app content. You just input that div ID map, and then in app.py you can see how the different things are functioning. So you have this map controller, and then in controllers.py you have added another request. So this is just giving you access to click on the different links in the navigation bar. And so in the map HTML, it's as simple as putting that div. And then the great thing about Tethys is that you can use JavaScript and Python to interact to build your web application. So here we just have 7 lines of JavaScript, and that is producing our map in the center block. So I'd like to point out that in this app, there is no CSS being used, and there's very minimal HTML being used, and also very minimal JavaScript being used. And so in all, you're not using a lot of lines of code to get a good product out of this, and you have an interactive map. So really quick, I want to just show the Tethys portal that we have published using a BYU address. So these are all apps that have been created mainly by students at BYU in the civil engineering department using this Tethys framework. And so all of them mainly focus on water resources. And I specifically want to show the streamflow prediction tool. So this is an app that was created by Alan Snow, and then I help do a lot of the pre-processing for the data that goes up on this app. So I just want to show the different functionalities of powerful apps that can be created. So in here you just select a watershed, you say view watershed, and then in here you can zoom in, oops, and there are different stream networks that you can then click on, if I can get one to click. And then in here it gives a stream forecast. In this graphs and gives you output data. You can then go on here and you can download that data. You can change your dates of the hydrographs that you want to view. And then you can turn on and off different data on this graph. And so you can do that. These stream networks can be easily generated on ArcGIS and then uploaded to the app by one of our administrators, by me or other students in the civil engineering hydroinformatics lab. And then you can get an output forecast of possible streamflow data in your area. And this helps with flood forecasting, which we're now working on flood mapping in an app. So I just wanted to show this just to give an explanation of powerful apps that can be used. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any more interest in the subject, I would suggest going to docs.tethysplatform.org for more information. Thank you.